What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this, tonight the Golden State Warriors just played the Houston Rockets, and Golden State won 106-104. And let's see what Steve Kerr has to say in the after-game press conference.
Seemed to be effective and space the floor a little bit more. And I thought DeMarcus did a good job getting down on the block. I thought Dot really did a good job of getting us organized, getting him down there, and I think Sean was like a plus 16 tonight, and our bench did a great job. Quentin Cook comes in, knocks down some shots. JB gave us big minutes, so really good team win.
So just a little backdrop on the game. So Cousins had 27 points for a season high. Curry had 24 points, and Klay Thompson had 30 points. And during the first half, Golden State was winning the whole time. At no point was Houston winning during the first half. And for the second half, Houston was only winning for about 2 minutes. Other than that, it was all Golden State. So for Houston, the numbers go. Chris Paul had 24 points, and James Harden had 29 points. So that lets you know what's going on there. Let's keep hearing what they have to say.
We talked at our meeting this morning about how many three-pointers they miss. They miss about 30 a game. And so often they get long rebounds, and those are killers. So they only got 5 offensive rebounds off of those 30 missed threes. So I thought our guys just did a great job of boxing out, being physical, and going and getting the ball.
DeMarcus is never lacking for confidence, but do you think a game like this for him is a big stepping stone against the Rockets?
I just think it's a good stepping stone for us. It's more about the team than it is about any one individual. DeMarcus has had big games for us already, but just figuring out how the game has to feel, it's different with him. We haven't had this kind of an option before, and sometimes we've played a little too fast and shot too many quick bad shots instead of letting him get down on the block and controlling things. So we're still learning, but this was a really good effort and a good example of how it should look.
Not only is this a good example, this is a good preview of what's going to happen in about a month and a half. I mean, Houston had every advantage here. They have everybody, all the stars, Harden and Chris Paul. They're at home. I mean, Harden's looking at an MVP. I mean, what more do you need? You're firing in all cylinders. And Golden State had no Kevin Durant. And Houston was only winning for 2 minutes in the second half. In the first half, at no point were they winning. So that means something. And you can get Cousins in rotation with Bogut when he gets in there. Oh, man, this really means something. This really means something for Houston and Golden State. So let's hear what more they have to say.
Marcus has some of his best performances, at least scoring-wise, on the road. Do you think there's a comfort level for him when he is on road games at all?
You got to ask him.
Meanwhile, Steph Curry, after the big win, speaks.
They held the fort down, continue to build momentum. Obviously, Houston goes on a run middle and towards the end of the second quarter, but they're a talented team, so that's liable to happen.
So that run lasted about 2 minutes, I think it was. And I don't think they were up by anything more than like 5 points, I think. So that just tells you, I don't know. Let's let Curry finish.
Happened, but defensively, they made their presence felt the whole night, and DeMarcus was unbelievable. Klay made some tough shots. We moved the ball, but defensively is where we won the game tonight.
Steph, what do you think?
Just wait till these boys get in playoff form. This is just a warm up. This is just a preview. They're not running on all cylinders right now. And I'm not even talking about Kevin Durant being there. I'm not even talking about Kevin being there. It's just these guys without Kevin, they're getting it going. You can tell the engine's getting revved up. And Cousins is falling in line just perfect. Just perfect. And they don't really need him because they've been winning before him. But with him, with Cousins, it's just icing on the cake. And then with Bogut, that's just even more icing on the cake. And still holding it down. But without Kevin, I mean, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good for Houston or really anybody else. But don't sleep on anybody. I do not sleep on anybody on any other team. So let's keep going.
Got DeMarcus going tonight.
I mean, we made a concerted effort to try to feed him in the post because the way that they play defense. But he's DeMarcus Cousins. I know he's been through a lot this last year and has some ups and downs since he's been back. But nothing he does out there should surprise anybody. It's just, just building that consistency, and he's done an amazing job of that. It's only going to get better for us.
Exactly. It's only going to get better for them. It's only going to get better for them. Ooh, doesn't look good, Houston. Doesn't look good. Let's keep going.
Some chatter that this could be a tough matchup for him against Houston. It was just kind of the flip side of it tonight. You mentioned kind of going to him opposed to a different thing for you guys in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs, things get there's so many adjustments and things like that. But tonight, he proved that obviously he can make it tough defensively in terms of just making him take tough shots. And then make or miss, we got to expose some stuff on the other end. So tonight was a good step. It's obviously the regular season and a lot more work to do, but
a very good step. A very, very good step. But like you said, there's definitely more work to be taken care of to get everybody on the same page. So by the time the playoffs come, everybody's hitting the ground running. Everybody's in sync. Everybody's on the same page. And, these guys have been to the big show, 4 years in a row? Won 3 out of 4? So these guys know exactly when to turn it on. Generally, you don't want to have to deal with, you going up into the playoffs, you're not doing as well. But these guys know how to win, and they know how to turn it on when they need to, which is proven tonight. And most likely, this is going to be your Western Conference Finals. And if they're doing this without Kevin Durant against at Houston with all their players, it doesn't look good. But once again, I do not sleep on anybody. So let's keep going.
His entire minutes he was out there, you knew where number 0 was at all times.
So what was the key approach you guys took in adapting without Kevin out there?
Understanding obviously you're missing 28 points, it's tough. But you got to do it by committee. So, myself, Klay, DeMarcus, obviously, just being aggressive when we had the ball in our hands. But I think we moved the ball, especially that second unit. They came in, and everybody who touched it was a threat. Whether, again, make or miss, we just try to put pressure on them. I don't know how many turnovers we had, but it didn't feel like a lot. So
I think it was 11 turnovers, I think. I'm not too sure.
Kept them out of transition. And then knowing defensively it was going to be the way that we won this game, we weren't going to outscore them. We had to, buckle down and get stops and just try to control the tempo of the game as much as we could.
Steve talked about how it's been an adjustment for everyone. DeMarcus, usually you think of a player coming in, he has to adjust to you guys, but how have you guys had to adjust to him?
I mean, for as long as I can remember, we haven't had a guy that you can just throw the ball into the post and work around him. So just certain sets that coach can pull out of his back pocket to feature him in the post. But for the most part, it's just there's so many threats and weapons. You got to. It's kind of like when KD was here the first time, his first 2 or 3 months. There's a little sensitivity to how everybody's going to get their shots. And at the end of the day, we're all talented. We all have high IQ. Basketball IQ, so just let things happen. You don't have to force anything.
And that's where being a team and everybody playing their role comes into play. Nobody's being selfish. Everybody's trying to play their team role and gel and work as a team instead of, I want to be the superstar or I want to rock here. You got to play in a team system, and that's why these guys have been taking care of business. So let's keep going.
We've been good at times and not so good other times, so it's just a matter of sticking with the program of just playing basketball at the end of the day and having fun doing it. I think tonight we have fun. It looked like our body language and our energy and understanding with K out, we needed that boost, and everybody brought it.